guys, happy late start Wednesday. Math notebooks out. Today's date is 14th. All right. So we've talked about tables before and seeing and finding relationships in table. So for examples, if I have this table right here, and for right now, even though I'm writing it on the board, you can just watch. You do not need to copy this. If I have this table right here, can I find these two missing numbers looking at a pattern that I have? Yeah. Yes. And I can't see it on the screen. What would be my two missing numbers here? What would this x be right here?
7.
This
5
would be 5 because when I look at my x's, they're increasing by 1. What about my y right here?
7.
Very nice. What can I say about the relationship between y and x? Sophia?
If you count them, it goes by 2.
So if you count them, you would count by 2. Way too vague. I know you're on the right track. I need specifics because I count what by 2? From y to x I count 2. I count 2 adding on here. Be very specific. Max?
They both count up by 1.
Okay, so they both count up by 1. How about instead of counting up by 1, let's use a math word, increase. So x and y each increase by 1. So you're telling me about x and you're telling me about y. Tell me about the relationship between y and x though. Malia?
So the 1 for x, if you look under it on y, the 3, it goes up by 2 for like each number.
Good. We're using that word going up. Let's use that math word increasing. So x and y, she's saying when I look from my top number x to my bottom number y, it's always 2 more. So could I say y is always 2 more than x?
Yeah.
Or I could say to find y, I would increase x by 2. Okay, so that's where I'm comparing that relationship and looking for those patterns. You guys have done 100 chart patterns. You guys have done lots of patterns before with tables, where we're going to look at some of those now with coordinates and tables and graphing. On Schoology, if you're wanting to follow along with me on your iPad, I am looking at 16-5 reteaching. 16-5 reteaching is the one I'm looking at. And we are going to do this one together, and then I have one for you guys for homework. So they have a scenario up here with Lila and Steve. Lila and Steve are trying to save money. I'm going to zoom in here some on this so you guys can see a little bit better. There we go. And who doesn't want to save money, right?
No.
Saving money is good, so then you can buy maybe something bigger. Lila starts with no money. She has 0 right now. And Steve starts, he's already got $6 that he has saved previously. Each of them deposit $2 a day into a savings account. Deposit means to put in, okay? So they're putting in $2 into their savings account, each of them, okay? They are going to graph the relationship between the amount of money that each person saves. We're going to have X be Lila's money, and we know that our x-axis is down here, and we talked about those words horizontal and vertical. Which direction is this? Horizontal. So we have Lila's money down here going horizontally on X. We have Steve's money is going to be Y going which direction? Vertical on our y-axis here. They have labeled this table here, this graph, with Steve's savings and Lila's savings, and they've even given their what they're measuring by, their units. Their units is money, okay? They're going to choose 3 X values and make that into a table. All right, so you can see here, if Lila starts at 0, Steve starts at 6, how much do they save a day to put into the savings account? $2. Each of them is doing $2 a day. So, starting, Lila's got 0. Week 1, she's got 2. Week 2, she's got 4. Week 3, she has 6. Increasing by 2. Skip counting by 2. Steve has started with 6. And now increasing by 2. He gets 8 the second week, 10 the third week, first week, second week, and 12 the third week. My counting skills are not the best today. So if you look over here, they have shown you then on this graph our savings. You guys are going to be graphing and making tables just like that. All right. So I want you guys, in your best possible handwriting, it's not art class, no rulers, I want you to draw this table right here in your math notebook. And I might give you a second to do that. Draw this table right here in your math notebook. We have X, we have Y1, and Y2. I would recommend just using the lines on your paper going horizontally, and then you just need to draw your vertical lines down. But however you want to draw that table, just a rough sketch.
Do we write the numbers in?
Write the numbers in too, yep. And leave the blank ones blank. One more minute. All right. So it gives us, for this table, it even gives us rules, and we've worked with rules before. This one, for finding y1, we're going to add 3 to the x value. So they've done the first one for us. So add 3 to the x value. So I find the x value. X is right here. It has a 1. I'm going to add 3 to find y1. Well, 1 plus 3 is 4. Okay, so that's how they got that 4 there. To find y2, the rule is I'm going to add 6 to the x value. So I find my x value. It's a 1. I'm adding how many? 6. So 1 plus 6 is 7 for y2. Okay, we're going to go ahead now and find our missing numbers. I'll do a couple with you, and then I want you guys to do some. All right, so they give us x is 2 here. What is my rule for y1? Add 3. So what's 2 plus 3? 5. So write a 5 right here. All right, y2. What is my rule for y2?
Add 6.
Add 6 to what? X. So 2 plus 6 is?
8.
8. So I'm going to have an 8 right here. All right, one more together, and then you guys are going to finish the table. They gave me for this next row, they gave me my X and my Y1. Y2, how do I find Y2? Add 6 to my?
3.
Good. So 3 plus 6 is? 9. Right here. All right, I want you to go ahead and finish the rest of that table now. So you have 4 missing numbers to find. If you did already, very good. We're going to be patient and let our friends finish.
I figured out a pattern.
One more minute. All right, I want you, mask on, turn to somebody in your area and share your completed table. See if you agreed on our missing numbers for our table. All right, listening in 3, 2, 1. What did we have missing here? 7. Very good. What did we have
10.
missing here?
12.
Good. What do we have missing here?
10.
And here.
13.
Very nice. What if I said, so I'm looking over here at number 2. I want to find y1 and y2 if x was 10. So if I continue looking at my table, I'm going to need to extend my table. So x, y1, y2, my goodness, my y's. If x is 10, they want to know what would y1 and y2 be? Using our rule. Ooh, we have a horrible glare there. So if x is 10, tell me what is y1 and y2 in your math notebook now. My rule for y1 is I add how many?
3.
I add 3 to x. How many do I add to y2 for x?
6.
So y1 I would have 13. Y2 I would have
16.
16. Very nice. All right. Going back to Schoology. You have a 16-5 practice worksheet. This is the one that is going to be your homework, and I actually want to pull it up and I want to look at it with you guys. You guys only have 4 questions. Go ahead. Read me the directions for number 1 and 2, and let me zoom in here. Maybe. All right, read me the directions there, Mimi.
For 1 and 2, graph the corresponding coordinates of y and y2.
Good. So you're going to be graphing. So you first are going to be looking over here at our table. Okay? You're going to tell me about the relationship between the two sequences. So you have to tell me about y1 and y2. Okay? Think about what is using those numbers greater or increasing. Okay? Less than. Okay? I can see that comparing y1 to y2, y2 is always how much more? It's always 6 greater. So y2 is always 6 greater than y1. Ladies and gentlemen, I just gave you an answer. I would probably jot it down on your homework right now. I just gave you an answer. Some people are staring at me awkwardly.
I know what you mean.
Okay, y2 is always 6 greater than y1. Ladies and gentlemen, you must use those math words. Greater, less than, increase, decrease. You must tell me specifically. You can't tell me this one is greater than this one. This one what? This horse? This pizza? Mrs. Long? What are you talking about? You're talking about y2. You're talking about y1. Okay, be specific. Mrs. Long is older than Mrs. Bush. You be specific about who you're talking about. What you're talking about. Not just they or it. Specific. Don't tell Mrs. Long. Okay? Then you are going to graph it. I have y1. Look it down here, labeled. It's kind of small, but it's there. y1 and y2. We've done our coordinates, guys. What do we do first when we're doing our coordinates? We run. We run first. Then you jump. You don't want to fall in the lava. If you just stand there and jump flat-footed, you are going to fall in the lava. Remember, you get a running start before you jump. Okay? Let's go ahead and let's graph one together. Let's get a little closer here. So when I look at y1, I have 1. So I'm running how many? 1. And then I'm jumping how many?
3, 2.
I'm jumping how many? 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I put my dot nice and clear. Ladies and gentlemen, did they label every single spot on our coordinate map? No. Can you still count though between 0 and 5 and know where maybe a 3 is? Yes. Okay? They're not always going to have them all labeled. Okay? Any questions? I want to point out that on the bottom here, they give you a problem. I notice that this problem has 3 lines. And I notice that it says the word explain. If you give me a yes, no, because I said so, that's the right answer. Do you think that I'm going to let that count as the right answer? No. If they gave you 3 lines, they expect you to use most of that space. They use the word explain, meaning you must PQA, capital letter, punctuation, using math words. Okay? Any questions? Turn this back in then to Schoology when you are done. You also have, before you start on this worksheet, if you go to Schoology, you guys have a short video to watch. It is 3 minutes long. First, watch this 3-minute video. Then you have your homework. It's called 16-3 Graphing Coordinates. Okay? On the bottom. All right. If there are no questions, ladies and gentlemen, you guys have some work time. Yep. Make sure. And I still have, I'm going to point out, guys, I still have a lot of friends who are missing this coordinate worksheet from. Okay? I gave you guys to the end of the day yesterday. I even gave you some extra time on it. And I'm still missing people who have not turned that in. All right? Make sure you are turning in work. If you are turning in work late, you have to send Mrs. Long or myself a message saying, hey, I know that coordinate worksheet was due already. I just did it. Thanks. Okay? And then we'll mark it off for you guys. All right, go ahead.